you know, hey, you can splash to another color.
Appealing to the normies. It's just appealing to people that don't know what the game is, which is good.
Mercenary trailer that I was
Don't want to confuse people until they log in.
The Blind Beast, I was doing this demo.
2-minute boss fights still.
Blind Beast, just again and
Despair.
again. At the beginning, I was taking me like, you know, 3, 4, 5 minutes to.
This is like faces.
And by the time that I actually recorded the one that I think went online.
So what makes the Druid more of a Druid? How much does the ascendancy have to do with it? Is it kind of in a way where it's like PoE 1, where they're just slightly better at it?
So
it's gonna have an ascendancy where you can specialize into cat form.
We're sort of planning probably around like 60 maps as like a sort of starting point.
Holy fuck!
For the endgame.
Maps and I thought it'd be like campaign only.
Other endgame.
Well, that's great.
And that's in fucking summer, in June. 100% PoE2 is December next year.
Is there some things that PoE2 is tackling differently than PoE1 to kind of grab the attention of some prospective players?
So I think that
call them bad Kripp.
Really
you want to
because,
call them fucking casuals.
But at the same time, we do.
But apparently, you can pause during solo play. Is that right?
Can. Yep. Can.
Do you see this as potentially being abused by hardcore players?
I fucking hate that.
Where they fortunately.
I hate pause.
The boss fight, right? Because yeah, because you can log back in and start from scratch. But the key thing you can't
like pause and like ultimatum is fine. Pause, like having a literal pause button. I fucking hate it. Oh my god, I hate it.
It is actually. I mean,
picture you're doing X-Arc and you just pause and then unpause. Like you pause, look at the balls, plan where you're gonna go, walk, pause, look at like repeatedly.
There is really no solution for.
I hate that. I hate that a lot.
But because now,
I hope that dies before the game comes out.
High enough, right? Because like you just go back and continue the boss fight from where you left off.
Maybe they can make it so you can't pause in boss fights.
You have to be able to kill the boss in one.
There's a lot of things in maps where pausing is good.
In PoE.
Like you talk to a betrayal member, right?
By the way, is something
pausing is good.
Really careful about because it means that
you should talking to fucking Tusion, pause. Ultimatum, pause.
Blocking, right? Like, you know, like if you
but like mid boss fight pausing should not exist.
In some cases, right? I think if Ruthless had just been item drop changes and hadn't done
a
lot of other things that Ruthless
This is exactly what I wanted for Ruthless.
Random thing. Mark was decided that what he was going to do this league in PoE1 was play the like ultra ridiculous item finding strategies. You know, he's never actually done the like full on crazy strategies before. And
they're
one of the
dead.
things he ran into
they're fucking dead.
That when you have, I think you still need to have a reasonably large disparity between like average like 50th percentile and 99th percentile because that's kind of the thing we're striving for a lot of
Amen. Fuck casuals. I agree, Jonathan. Holy shit.
I think that you need a difference of 1,000 times between the best player and the average player.
1,000?
Wealth acquisition. So that isn't
1,000
items. I'm saying like value of the stuff that you're getting. And that's
Jesus.
What you strive for, right? Like you need that level of like of disparity from the bottom to the top.
1,000 times or 1,000%? 1,000 times?
Form of feeling of like I'm getting better at this
That's
game.
a big number.
What I'm doing. So
geniuses.
I feel like he meant 1,000. 1,000%.
Exactly.
I know he said 1,000 times. I feel like he didn't mean that.
Let's just say let's say from a map that you're running when you're as I said, you're an average player running a map versus the absolute max mega juiced crazy map. You know what I mean, like in terms of the amount of wealth coming from it. And so, as I said,
from one map, okay. From one map, I can get it.
Those ground, but you feel like you're getting, but the
they need to make sure that everything scales with quantity. That's like the biggest thing from this whole talk. The fact that like beasts and essences and like certain mechanics just have no incentive to roll maps or care, like that's not good.
If you know what I mean. That you effectively, when you have an economy, effectively what you're always going to target farm is whatever has the most value. In the economy, even if that's not the thing you actually want for yourself, you're just going to be like,
trade sucks.
The thing that's going to have the most trade value, like per. Okay, well, I am a big fan of Delve.
I like Delve.
But I mean, there's lots of other mechanics.
Scaling must bricked and make it so the cart works past 1.5k on darkness scaling, please. Thank you. Delve has so much potential. It's like the mechanic with the most potential for sure.
Sorry, I just said that one. And so I was kind of one of the people who really enjoyed things like Harvest, even though it was way too complicated.
Yes, let's go.
Like the way Harvest is
Harvest
now,
and Po2.
But the old way Harvest was, like things like that.
Oh my god, I love this guy. Wait, Po2's gonna be sick.
there were
Potu's gonna fucking own.
Other than the gameplay,
Harvest
side
now
of things,
sucks.
One thing
that is what the end game makes the end game feel like. There's a lot of variety because you've got different goals.
Gear power creep is really good.
Do this now, I have to do this. Like, you know, it adds a lot
Make
of variety.
gear crafting more interesting,
So
gear
it's
more
really
cool,
important that different
and make
content
monsters stronger.
rewards that are people, you know, like there are certain class of people who play action RPGs who that's all they want to play. So we have to make sure that we've got a really, really good minion story, as it were. Minions are going to
Is that statement true?
You'll see that fairly soon.
Are they actually people?
I imagine that's how long it will take sort of your average player to get through. Like, it could be longer, honestly, for people who haven't played an action RPG.
50? I wouldn't be surprised at all. Some people take like 20 hours to do Po 1 campaign.
Half an hour per zone when you include, like, you know, fighting bosses.
People that are like really new.
I sort of want people to die.
Do more.
So here we go. I found this one on a YouTube comment, I believe. I think
fuck.
it was on the official thread of this interview on the PoE forums.
That's
So,
better.
Tell us about
YouTube
the dice
comments.
system
Oh,
mentioned in 2019.
danger.
I think that 1/3 of the map should be boss drops. Things that come up.
Or
like
1/3 being from bosses
which
means
isn't to say
if
necessarily that every
sustain
map
is
will
ever
always have
as
stuff
strong
like
as
that,
it is in
but on
Po
average across
1,
many maps, it should be about
you're gonna do
1/3,
some
1/3.
insane boss rushing shit.
And
The
ideally,
degeneracy.
that should roughly map on,
Disagree, you want more polish for
the
Po
mode we
1?
were thinking about
Yeah,
was much
I mean,
too much
the reality is
we're extending
breaking the game into two didn't fix the problem that he highlighted.
It was not enough.
If the Po 1 players don't
yeah,
like
it
Po
really just comes
2,
down to
Po
that.
2 existing is still a
And
massive
as for
negative
why
for
we
Po 1
continue supporting PoE1, well, you know,
because it's
like,
sucking up
still
years
a
of
great
massive
game.
amounts of resources.
It's just a bit of a different game. So I think it's absolutely very valuable to support, and a lot of
Like
people
if Po 2
support
was
it.
never going to be a thing,
So yeah, like I see no
this
reason
game would
why
have gotten
we
like
can't
2 new endgames by now.
All right, that's excellent.
And like all kinds of
Had
crazy
a
shit.
Question, people were wondering
It's like Po
about
2 needs to
hideouts.
be good. It
Question
can't just
they
be like,
had
oh, well, it's a
was,
different game.
are we
Like, you
gonna
know,
have
Po 1 players
bigger
can play
or
Po 1
more
and Po 2 players play Po
in-depth
2. Like, no,
hideouts
Po
than
2 has to be good.
PoE1, but I guess the base question is,
too much.
Like if Po 2
Maybe
comes
there's
out
probably
and
more we
like
can do to make it a bit more interesting.
it's not appealing to
But I
Po 1
still
players at all,
really like the people of that.
it's going to be really bad. it's going to be a huge fucking
PoE1
tragedy if that
microtransaction
happens.
Hideouts, yeah. So in campaign, there's no XP penalty in PoE2.
okay.
It's gone. And that's because you're expected to die to the bosses. And basically,
What the fuck?
like the declaration of "I want you to be."
I can't wait to play
dying
hardcore in
one-
this
one-
and
one
just get
times during the
obliterated.
campaign boss for the first time. Whereas now the penalty is that you know you have to start the boss again. That's enough of a penalty in itself.
That is
So
going
next
to
time you
make
don't
Bill
need the
mad.
penalty anymore. But the one question is, what about in maps? And
People are going
I
to
don't
make
necessarily
characters
think
that are
that
so
the
shit they
penalty
literally
is
can't kill the
that
boss.
important and
They
early
can't
in
kill the
game.
campaign
But I
boss. They
think
can't
late in
portal
game
rush it.
actually
They
is
can't
very
kill it.
important. And that's because you
And it's going to be
in order have
hilarious.
some kind of challenge. I do think that it is important that you don't just feel like every time I kill a pack, I get all of my life flasks, my flask charges back. As for guard flasks and things like that,
They're gonna make
flasks
me build
are a nice,
recovery.
like, resource limiting mechanic that we can use.
I refuse.
For
I'll
things
just never get
where we
hit.
don't wanna
I
have
will
a
not build
cooldown,
recovery.
but we do
It's
wanna have
fake
something to
defense.
use on occasion, and then we just didn't, and it seemed to be fine.
Well, it's not because flasks are just different in Po 2.
That might not be entirely accurate.
Like,
but yeah, it didn't
utility
make
flasks,
sense.
as we know them, just don't exist in Po 2.
Okay.
And in the
biggest
campaign,
issue
it's kind of the
actually
same as in
was
this
really
game, where
before
like
before
you
you
just use
had,
it with like a bunch of life pots and mana pots because you don't have good utility ones till later on, which is what we saw.
Getting our charges there. So that's when
in
we
the
made
demos.
checkpoints give you charges.
Kind of like casual play with other people in ways that PoE1 doesn't, perhaps.
Well, there is.
It's such a hard problem to
few
solve in a
things
game
that
this
are going on
complex.
there, but I don't really want.
Personally,
The problem is
so,
that
yes,
character
I don't
power
have much
can
input on
be
this side.
orders of
Maybe I'm just
magnitude
terribly
of
misinformed about this,
difference,
but, I guess
which means
I'm
that
not aware
one
of
person just
how
kills
big
everything and the other guy does
this
nothing.
particular-
And that's
I'm
how
sure the life
Po 2
but-
casual grouping always ends up.
People, I don't know that-
One guy just isn't even playing the game.
I guess I don't.
I have a question about
And
the
post death
character
mechanics
preview
are really
with the
cancer when
MTX
you
being
aren't the one
ported
killing the
over
monster.
in its own MTX.
Here we would like to
Quater
have a
DD
preview.
incident.
We are.
I don't know what you mean. DD exile. Oh.
No! Sir! Come on!
Cross-saved/cross-platform play question mark. So maybe you can.
There's not enough
do
console
them a
players that
favor
anyone
and
asked that,
give
come
us
on.
some insight.
I really.
There's like 4 of you in chat right now, at most.
But
Alright, time to go ship push and celebrity, let's go. That was neat. Some things about that I definitely didn't expect to hear was that, like, he also doesn't like where harvest crafting currently is and like how it used to be. I think the biggest problem with harvest crafting nowadays is like the actual act of acquiring the crafts is just so bland and boring, and it's just awful. In terms of power, like meta crafting and combined with the reforges is still really powerful and vital to endgame crafting, but like finding juice is just so, it feels like I'm just fucking working at like a job. I'm just clocking in. Competition helps a bit, but like I used to find a sacred grove just in the map, just like I see the fucking the veins, the tendrils of the garden. I'm like, oh shit, it's time, like it's here. And now it's like it's in every single map. It's literally always there, and it's never exciting. I never care. The 1000x comet though, like I don't that's like I'm I'm the first one to say fuck casuals, right? But like 1,000 times more. Jesus. Bro, in Po 2, if you trade with me, you better fucking shine my shoes on the way out as well. God damn. What is this? 1,000x more.